in. Thanks so much. Griff?
Aisha and Matt, thank you. For more on the crisis at the southern border, let's bring in Arizona's Attorney General Mark Brnovich. He's also running to represent Arizona in the U.S. Senate. Mr. Attorney General, thank you for taking time. As you heard there from Matt's reporting, these numbers, June, more than 207,000, the fourth straight month over 200,000, and already the fiscal year to date, 1,746,000. You can see on our screen there, eclipsing the entirety of last year. Last year was the most ever on record. Another number that was getting a little less attention, Mr. Attorney General, was there were 6 people to hit the TSDB, the Terrorist Screening Database, bringing the total number for this fiscal year to 56. What do you make of these numbers?
Well, Griff, thank you for having me on. And these are eye-popping numbers, and let me just put them in context. Just the June numbers, that's enough people. It's like the entire population of Orlando, Florida, illegally entering our country in 1 month. And those fiscal year numbers, the 1.7 million people, that's like the entire population of Phoenix, just this fiscal year that's come over. But most troubling is the number you alluded to regarding the terror database. These are the people that we know about. But think about this. If I told you that 3 times the amount of terrorists that participated in 9/11, the Biden administration allowed to come over to the United States in just 1 year, wouldn't you be outraged? Wouldn't you be shocked? And let me ask you, when you hear that 3 times the amount of terrorists that were involved in 9/11 and murdered Americans have come over just this year, do you feel less safe or more safe? The reality is it's not only the cartel seizing control, but people that don't like America, people that mean us ill, people that want to kill Americans are literally infiltrating our country right now. And this country is a less safe place because of Joe Biden and the failures of people like Secretary Mayorkas.
And Mr. Attorney General, obviously you have seen I covered the border quite extensively. And one of the things that has really shocked me between my coverage last year, which was the most unprecedented year on record, to what we are in now, which is completely uncharted territory, you are seeing not just an increase in terrorists, but an increase in gang members. The Rio Grande Valley Sector Media Affairs put out a press release Thursday afternoon that I have not seen reported on a single channel or written up anywhere in newspapers, and it was a simple weekly occurrence. In this case, 12 gang members, 9 MS-13, 2 18th Street, and 1 Mexican local gang in 3 days. So from last Wednesday, in just one sector, you're talking about the apprehension of 12 dangerous gang members.
And you know, Griff, I was a gang prosecutor, I was a federal prosecutor, and I've stood toe-to-toe with gang members. And so when we hear these numbers, we see these people, you have to realize that people are going to get hurt. People are dying. So you have this record amount of fentanyl coming into this country that's killing our sons and daughters, our friends and neighbors. And at the same time, dangerous people, killers, rapists are being allowed to enter our country. And one of the lawsuits we had against the Biden administration is trying to stop him from not deporting people with deportation orders. So you have people that are being released from jails and prisons that the Biden administration is refusing to deport that are being released into our communities. So, you know, John F. Kennedy promised to put a man on the moon in a decade, and Joe Biden and his administration is putting a felon in everyone's neighborhood by the end of this year.
Mr. Attorney General, I want to ask you, you just visited Washington this week, and among other things, you were talking about the declaration of an invasion at our border.
Yeah, I've been working with people in the Congressional Border Caucus, and including people like Representative Arrington of Texas. And folks in border states like Arizona and Texas understand that what is happening right now is illegal, it's immoral, and it does constitute an invasion. We talk about the more than 3 million people that have illegally entered our country, but at the same time, we are having hundreds of thousands of gotaways. These are people that we don't know what they're coming in for, but they're predominantly, younger males between 18 and 35, often dressed in camouflage, all black clothes, trying to evade Border Patrol. So we know that the Biden administration is letting people enter this country with no hassle. They want to grant asylum, another one of the lawsuits we have against DHS right now to prevent them from doing that. But at the same time, you have these hundreds of thousands of people that are coming in that mean us ill, that we don't even know who they are. So it does constitute an invasion because the gangs have seized operational control of our southern border.
Mark, just in the last 15 seconds, will your governor, Doug Ducey, support that?
I don't know, but we have an excellent legal opinion we've written. We think the law's on our side, and it's now up to the governor or even the legislature to declare what is happening, an invasion. Because remember, the states created the federal government. The federal government did not create the states. This is about federalism. And if Joe Biden won't do the job, then we have to.
Attorney General Mark Brnovich, thank you for your insight. We will follow it closely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Griff.
Aisha?